Hello and welcome back to X-Plane 11. Thank you very much for joining me in this video, and today I'm going to be taking a look at this. This is the PA-38 Tomahawk by JustFlight for, of course, X-Plane 11. It's the latest aircraft in their lineup of, well, all aircraft, but general aviation aircraft. It does look really nice. I think it just came out fairly recently. I'm pretty sure it came out fairly recently, and in this video, this is going to be the first part of a two-part review. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the system requirements for this aircraft, the price of the aircraft, some of the detailing on the aircraft. I'll be taking a look at the modelling, the texturing. We'll just get into a little bit of the nitty-gritty, what it comes with, what's available, and we'll do a cockpit tour just like I did with the 76, familiarising ourselves with the aircraft so that in the next video I'll be able to start the aircraft up, take it up for a flight. And I think what I'll do is, because this is a slow aircraft, we'll probably just do a circuit around here, which is Cranfield Airport, Echo Golf Tango Charlie, I think. So we'll be taking a look around this airport, and we'll just be doing a simple circuit. Otherwise it would just take way too long. So for the rest of this video, like I said, I'm going to be getting into the details of it and cockpit tour. Make sure you stay tuned for that, and then of course stay tuned for the next video where we'll be taken to the air. Okay, sitting in the aircraft, what do we have here? Well, before we get into any of this, let's talk about the price, and I'm going to read what it says on their website. So it is £27.99. You can convert that to your currency of choice, and this is what it says in the, well, let's have a look. Where should I read from? I'll just read up here. JustFlight's PA-38 Tomahawk for X-Plane 11 comes in 10 paint schemes and features Pbr Materials with real-time environmental reflections and HD textures for the highest possible texture clarity. The Tomahawk is detailed right down to the vibrating ignition key, and among many authentic features are a comprehensive IFR-capable avionics fit. Maybe that should be kit, not fit. Custom-coded electrical and fuel systems, dedicated interactive engine pop-up window, functioning carburetor and primer controls, flight computer panel, and a custom weight and balance manager window. So we'll be looking at those. Those are the things that generally come with JustFlight's products. So we'll be having a quick look at those. In the detailed description, it says, our most detailed GA model yet, featuring numerous animations right down to a vibrating ignition key and fully adjustable cockpit air vents. Well, let's have a look. Ah, yes, I see it. If I just click this to get rid of that, there's a vibrating ignition key, or at the moment it's just dangling. I am going to admit, maybe they need to smooth out the edges a little bit. It's great on the movement, but it just needs to slow down a bit. It's too jagged at the edge. Maybe they can just sort that out. And as well as air vents, well, that doesn't do anything. Ah, cool. That's pretty cool. I do like that. That's impressive. I assume there's one on that side that does the same thing. Go away. Yep, same thing. Awesome. Okay, so this is definitely their most authentic yet. And I want to see what else is actually on this. Accurately modelled PA-38 Tomahawk, built using real-world aircraft plans and comprehensive photography of the real aircraft. Great. Ground equipment including chocks and tie-downs. I guess we can check them when I click here and click here. Not that, that's ground handling. That's one. Should we have a look outside? Well, there's our tie downs and there's our chocks, and we've got a tow bar as well, or a pull bar. Very nice. Looking good. Let me just cycle my parking brake. How do I cycle my parking brake again? That's not it. Ah, this has got the wrong control set for me. Right, okay, well, before I do anything, I'm going to go for GA prop like that, and where's my parking brakes? Yep, that's the parking brakes. There we go, done. Okay, back inside. So I set things up differently for different aircraft, GA aircraft, jets, and so on and so forth. 4096 by 4096 textures are used to produce the highest possible texture clarity. Well, so far, looking inside, the textures are very, very high quality. I mean, I could zoom into that and read that quite clearly. So that's well done. I mean, I have to zoom in right up to there before it becomes easily noticeable that that's blurry. Up at that point, it's pretty much fine. So that's pretty well done. I think about there is its absolute limit until you start seeing some blurriness, but it's when you're there you just look at it and think, that's not that good. But up to that point it's great, which means, considering that I'm sitting here, look at how tiny that is. That is really well done already. Pbr Materials with real-time environmental reflections. Yep, we know about this. Detailed normal mapping for the down-to-a-rivet precision of the aircraft features. An accurate simulation of waves in aluminium plates. That's a different one. Let's have a look at that. Accurate simulation of waves in aluminium plates. Alright, how am I going to check that? Ah, there we go. Look at that. Okay, so we've seen our rivets before. We saw that on the Duchess, but have a look at the wavy nature of those plates. I don't know if you can just see it. I think it's very noticeable here with the reflection of the dark tarmac or darker tarmac. You can just see the wavy nature. That's good. That's really good, because obviously these plates are not meant to be flat. They would never end up perfectly flat. Now, while the model is, as you can see, completely flat, looks like the normal mapping really gives... Look at that. There, you can just see there. It looks like it's been hammered and bent into shape, knocked about a bit, dented, things like that, all the way around, and that actually looks really good. I really like that. I also like the fact that this isn't really sitting on this properly. Why is that not closed properly? Look at that. Also, I'm going to point out, I do like that LED landing light. That's cool. Yeah, that's really cool. We'll check that soon. And I like the sort of dirt build up here, the dirt accumulation there and there on the intakes. That's really awesome too. I do like the way they've done this so far. That is something that I've not seen. At least I don't think I've seen that before. I'm going to have to check on the Piper if that's on the Piper. I certainly do not think I saw it on the Duchess. That's really nicely done. Obviously you can't see it so much on this side, but in the shadow or in the shade you definitely can. Well done, JustFlight. Support for rain, again using the free LibRain plugin, which is great. I explained that in the Duchess review. Free plugin, you pop it in and then you can get yourself rain effects on the actual aircraft, as in inside on the windscreen and things like that, which is really good, because again, like I said in the other review for the Duchess, it's nice that they don't spend their time doing those kind of things, relying on free plugins instead, because that means they can spend more time doing other stuff, or they don't have to delay a release, or so on and so forth, which is really, really awesome. Having a look over here at the cockpit, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to just read off what's over here. I'm going to do a full cockpit tour, but before we do that, I'm just going to have a look at the liveries that this comes with. So it comes with 10 liveries. I'll just read them out for you. We've got 3 UK liveries, 2 USA liveries, a German livery, a Canadian livery, a French livery, a Dutch livery, and an Australian livery. So we've got, in terms of the UK, we've got Golf, Bravo November Kilo Hotel, Bravo Mike Victor Lima, Bravo November November Uniform. United States, we've got November 2432 Golf and November 7803 Quebec. Germany is Delta Echo Echo Quebec India. Canada is, I was going to say Canada is Canada Golf. It's not, it's Charlie Golf Tango Alpha Oscar. France is, I was going to say France again. Wow, this is going well. France is Foxtrot Hotel Victor Foxtrot Alpha. Netherlands, Papa Hotel Mike Echo Charlie. And Australia, we've got Victor Hotel Uniform Foxtrot Alpha. Lovely. Other features, it says F-Mod sound system. Yep. Custom sounds for switches, doors, warnings, and so on and so forth. Awesome. Realistic and accurate flight dynamics. Well, we will see for that. We've got 3D audio effects, custom atmospheric effects for both internal and external sounds. That's an interesting one. Adaptive Doppler affected by temperature and headphone simulation. Not read that one before. That's interesting. Exterior sound spill-in when windows or doors are open. Different sound characteristics depending on viewing angle and speed. I like that. I really do like that. Engine even makes ticking sound when cooling down after shutdown. My car does that. Comprehensive manual. Yep, it does have a comprehensive manual. 2 manuals, in fact. It's got a data book, an operating data book, and we've got the manual with a guide as to where everything is, as well as a tutorial. And it's got a paint kit to allow you to actually paint your own liveries onto this. System requirements, which I really should have done before. I swear I did this on the Duchess review as well. It needs a Intel Core i5-6600K at minimum, 3.5 GHz or faster. I think your new Ryzens will be really good for it as well. 8 GB of RAM or more. A DX12 capable graphics card, whether it's NVIDIA or AMD. I would say they say 1070 or better or similar from AMD. I would actually say you might be able to get away with the 1660 Ti's. I suppose they are a tad better than the 1070s, so 1660 would be pretty good as well. And then you need Windows 10, 7, Vista, XP. Apparently not Windows 8. It doesn't actually show Windows 8. I'm sure it works on Windows 8, but it says Windows 10, 7, Vista, XP. Okay. And 2 GB of hard drive space. Well, now that that's all out the way, let's actually get on with having a look at this flight deck, or cockpit as we would call it. Now, I'll tell you what, I'll open the doors right now. Might as well open the doors, right? There we go. First of all, let's have a look at the modelling around here. Let's actually have a look at the modelling and texturing, because you're going to spend most of the time inside the aircraft, and if it does not look realistic, then you're going to be in a bit of a problem. I have noticed something interesting. Look at that. We've got a power setting table, this is really cool. This is very, very cool. Having density altitudes for it, so it's saying that we want percent RPM power. That's really nicely done. Because you'll notice here we've only got a mixture and throttle. We don't actually have pitch. We can't change the pitch of the propellers, but we can just change the power here, which is really nice. But look at this. We've got some really weird shading going on. I don't know what this bug is and why it's been caused, but things are just appearing and disappearing. It looks like an issue with the normal map, and for JustFlight, who I hope are watching this review, maybe just something to look at, or maybe it's something wrong with mine. I really don't know. Wait, what? What just happened? Are they door locks? Wait a minute. No. Well, they do something. That clearly does something. I haven't got a clue what. It closes the door somehow. We've got a handhold there that you can't actually grab. We've got something over there. And there. But yeah, that's a little bit annoying. Aside from that, everything's really, really well done. I like these leather... hello? I like these leather seats. These leather seats are very nice. No sort of headrest on them, but very, very nice leather seats. Good quality to them as well. Not the highest quality I've seen, but really good quality to them. Everything's got a used quality. Unfortunately, that doesn't move. That would have been nice. That's just a texture. That's the flaps, though. That sounds like the flaps. Definitely sounds like the flaps. And then at the back, you can see something for luggage. And you can see that they've put little smudge marks in it, dirt marks, things like that. So you can see that it has been essentially used. This aircraft looks like it has been used. And then we've got some triangulation here with some steel. Is that steel? Steel or aluminium? Yeah, I think that might be tubular steel. Right up there, triangulation giving you some support for the rear frame, which looks pretty cool. The other thing I'm going to just say about the outside, this is kind of interesting. I do find that when you look at it from the front, you go, oops. You look at it from the front, you go, that's a Piper. You look at it from the back and you go, that's a Piper. You look at this part of it and you go, that's a Piper. But then you look at this part and this just looks odd. It's just something about that looks really odd to me. I just cannot... I cannot quite... It reminds me of something, but I'm not sure what. But that just looks really odd. I mean, it's tiny. It really, really is tiny. I suppose because it's just a two-seater aircraft. It just looks weird. It just looks really, really weird. Anyway, that's enough of me blabbering on about that. Let's get on with what we have inside. So we need to familiarise ourselves with the aircraft. So let's have a look. So we'll start with, I suppose we should just start with this display right over here. I mean, why else would we start with anything else? So you can see here we've got our standard 6-pack. So we've got our airspeed indicator right there in knots. You can see that this aircraft really cannot go that fast. 138 knots seems to be its absolute top speed, which is not fast at all. But you can see that it likes to cruise nowhere higher than about 105 knots. It really, really is a slow aircraft in that sense. But there is our airspeed indicator. We've got a clock there which we can, I believe, yep, it's got 2 dials, so you can change the hours. I'm seeing some weird stuff when I do that. And you change minutes, seconds. There you go. There you go, you're changing the time. Really shouldn't be messing around with that time at all anyway. So that, I think that's back to the actual time it should be. Other things we've got ourselves our attitude indicator at the moment, just sort of tipped over to the side. This is obviously because the aircraft's not on. We don't have any static air coming through, so we don't have that dynamic, and we can't actually get this running in any which way. But once the aircraft's on, this will sort of straighten itself back out once the air starts flowing through and we've got the piezo tubes going and all that kind of stuff. So that's our attitude indicator right there. Right there we've got our standard altimeter, just a single altimeter in this one, and you can see we can dial it up over here and change the QNH. I could just press B and change it to the correct QNH, which is 1030 today. Down here we've got our turn coordinator, as you would get, standard turn coordinator, and bank angle indicator, of course. So we've got our little spirit level sort of thing that moves around. Bank angle indicator moves around as well. Again, won't do anything at this point in time. We need power. We've got our compass, or our compass card right here. We could change that around once again to sort out any magnetic deviations or anything of the sort. And then we've got our vertical speed indicator right here, same as we've always seen, reads up to 2000 foot per minute climb or 2000 foot per minute rate of descent. Below that we have our tachometer, so you can see the RPMs go up to about 2500. So we've got our tachometer right over there. We've got some air vents over here, mic and phone. I don't really know what these do. I mean, you're supposed to be able to click them, but they don't seem to actually do anything for some strange reason. This is of course the heating controls that we have over here. We've also got the battery and alternator switch right here. So these are the master switches, that's why they're in red. We've got our ignition over here, we've got a fuel pump there, and we've got 2 lights, anti-collision light and the landing light. So that's our beacon, I believe, and that's our landing light, and we've got our pitot heat. Navigation lights, actually that would be our strobes as well. Navigation panel lights on this side and radio lights are on this side. Carburetor heat goes there. Let's see, where else should we go? Yeah, let's stay down here. We've got our parking brake right there, so you can just see. There you go. So this handle right here. Nice and simple. Throttle there, mixture there, which for some reason the mixture's showing all the way up. Mixture's down, there we go. Throttle at the bottom, mixture at the bottom. We've got our fuel cutoff right here. Now this, it says that when the latch must be rotated before fuel off position can be selected. Now I'm looking for this latch. I feel like it's this latch, but I don't know how to see. I can do that and I can go straight back to fuel off, so I'm not exactly sure how that works, but that's what it says. So I'm assuming maybe when the aircraft's on, I will try it again and see if it moves once the aircraft is switched on. Anything else here? Yep, we've got our flap controls right here, so you can see there. Full flaps, half flaps, no flaps. Right there. Up here, we've got our VOR needle or VOR indicator, whatever you want to actually call it. And that one is linked into this one right here, the SL30. So moving on over here, we've got our nameplates or registration plates right there, Golf Bravo November Kilo Hotel. We've got our audio unit. I keep forgetting what these ones are actually called, but it's a Garmin GMA 340 audio unit selector thing. Selector, that's it. Audio selector unit. That's what it's called. Now this one here will switch it on and off. This actually doesn't do anything because it's supposed to be squelch. It doesn't actually work. We can mute the markers. In fact, you can see the lights actually come on, which is interesting because the aircraft is off. I would expect the lights not to actually come on. That's interesting. That was not something I was Test doesn't do anything when the aircraft's off, but that's kind of interesting. Maybe that's how it is in the real aircraft. I think they're supposed to light up green though. We'll find out when the aircraft switches on. I'm pretty sure they're supposed to light up green. Underneath that, as I said, we have the Garmin SL30. That's our COM1 and NAV1. Now, this doesn't have two navigation radios. It just has the single navigation radio. No ILS as far as I can see. Just a VOR. And then we've got the SL40. This is COM2. So COM1, NAV1 up there. COM2 there. And then we've got our GTX 328. This is our transponder. So on our transponder, we've obviously got our squawk code. Over here, we've got some indicators there for fuel pressure, oil temperature, and the amount of amps that we're actually pulling in the aircraft. Over on this side, we've got audio low-high selector, which doesn't actually work. The switch actually can be flicked, but it doesn't do anything. Then we've got something that says music. Doesn't do a thing. Does not do a thing. And then we've got our standard DATCON hour meter right there. Down here we've got all our circuit breakers, and again we've got mic and phone and heating controls right there. And aside from that, what else is there left to say? Yes, we've got our trim controls here, basic trim controls for the elevator, and we have got, should be a air source here. There we go. Down there, that changes our air source. So pin down, that way is alternate air source, that is normal static air source. And I think that is pretty much about it in this aircraft. This is a very, very simple aircraft. It is a training aircraft after all. So I am going to end it there, and in the next one we're going to start the aircraft up and take it out for a circuit around this airfield. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video, subscribe to the channel for more videos on X-Plane 11. Leave a comment in the comments box below, letting me know what you think. Don't forget to support me on Patreon, www.patreon.com/ECGadget. Your support would be massively, massively appreciated. You can also find me on social media at ECGadgetLP for both Twitter and Instagram. That's all from me, and I'll see you guys next time in part 2 of the review of the PA-38 Tomahawk from JustFlight, where we'll start the aircraft up, I'll take it off, we'll do a circuit, land, and then I'll give you my final thoughts. I'll see you guys then.